All right, guys, Pocket Parlor. We're here. We're not leaving. Pocket Parlor. We're always going to be here. I'm with Connor Wilson. I'm Mike Sullivan. Let's talk Pita Pocket.
Let's talk Pita Pocket.
Let's talk Dog Track.
Very popular. Ooh, Dog Track. Bringing it back to the old 1990s Mike Batista Loyola days.
Uh-huh.
Impressive. Two guys from Massachusetts.
Yeah, just...
got to give a little respect to the Newton North grad, the legend.
To the big dog.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys always using trads, Pitas, that whole team, and that's why they call it that. The Loyola Greyhounds run on a dog track, so their pocket was the dog track.
Yeah, I mean, and the dog track, the Pita Pocket, is just really a genius idea. You really use the two outer leathers to create a tight channel, and then you have those middle two leathers with a very tight kind of bring them together weave in the middle. The ball really does sit on that track. I mean, you can crank the ball with a Pita Pocket once it breaks in. Yeah, they're just they're a dream. I mean,
it tends to really roll nicely over those twists. I feel like the twists almost get it off the leather a tiny bit, and it almost accelerates the ball. It feels like it rolls faster to me sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of bump that you get, because you're hitting both of those knots right at the same point on the leather, as opposed to a traditional where they're staggered.
Yep.
So you're kind of getting more bumps than a traditional. Yeah, the Pita is something different. I mean, whoever came up with it originally is a genius, and they should be getting royalties for days. But you get a lot of different ways to string them. We've got 3 different Pita variants right here. Still Stanwick plays with a different kind of Pita.
Yep.
You see them all over the place. I mean, there are a million different ways to kind of string it up, but that central premise, right?
Exactly.
Is this
that middle track.
Tight middle track. And I really think it does make a big difference. You were saying, too, it might be better for younger kids.
It seems to have a little less maintenance involved when you're initially breaking it in compared to a regular traditional. Just the way you can separate, each moving piece compared to a one-string trad, it just seems a lot easier to adjust and really upkeep. Yeah,
I also love the fact that with a Pita Pocket, as long as you do this middle track first, and then you connect the middle track to these outer leathers, you can actually put a ball. And a knife or a chopstick or whatever you use in there exactly where you want the pocket, tighten down the leathers, and then you can do this last outer section, and you can really pull these down tight. You can really create a good pocket. So I almost think in terms of, and it's also symmetrical, right? It's the same on both sides.
So a lot of people like that because traditionals they're asymmetrical, which to some people isn't really appealing to the eye. And it's a little easier to break down in your head, like the theory behind the string when everything's sitting at the same part on the head. Exactly. So like each side, these knots are going to sit on the same side. They're going to sit into the sidewall the same way.
Yeah, the sidewalls are the same. All your knots to finish off are the same. So in that sense, I mean, I think a Pita, although you need to know a couple more knots than you do to string a traditional. In terms of getting a good pocket for your first pocket,
might be the easiest one.
Yeah, Pita might be easier.
It's a good starter.
Yeah, it's a great way to start out, and you might find that you just love it. You're just going to use it forever. I was amazed when you used to watch old Loyola games in the late 90s. How many guys on that team, defensemen, face-off guys, I mean, everybody was using one.
And they were big diamonds. They were
beautiful
whippy.
sticks.
They're cool.
So Pita Pocket, I'm still a big fan. I love a regular traditional for me personally.
Yeah, nothing beats that.
Yeah, but a Pita Pocket, I can see why a lot of people play with it. The consistency, the accuracy, the feel that you get. I mean, it's really up there.
Cool. Yeah, so if you're looking for a little less maintenance, a little more consistency right off the bat, try out a Pita Pocket. Maybe switch it up with some kind of variant. Go with the classic. Do a dog tracks. Put a couple paws on there.
Yeah, you could be the next Steel Stanwick.
Yeah, maybe.
It's all about the pocket.
See you next time, guys.